What's up guys, Jay back with another video, trying a bit of a different angle here. So I had to run stuff to the dump. Yesterday we did the big $4,500 job, $4,800 job. I think it was $4,830. I'd have to look at it to be sure. I'm preparing a quote this morning for a permanent lighting job, and it's over $12,000. Now, permanent lighting, you do not have to be an electrician. You do not have to have an electrician's license to be able to do permanent lighting, because we utilize a single plug-in. We actually plug into the wall. We're not getting into the breaker box. That alleviates the need for a license. This ticket's $12,000. I don't do any permanent lighting jobs for less than $5,000. This one's a huge house. They want them up before Christmas, and it's, again, over $12,000. I'm preparing that this morning. Hopped in the truck, took some stuff to the dump that we've been cleaning out the house as we've been taking stuff to storage, preparing for the move for next year. But how these people found me is through my Facebook page. Now, I want to give you guys some Facebook strategies to get customers. Facebook, a lot of people, they'll use Google to find contractors. A lot of times, you know, especially in my area, there's not many people that install permanent lighting. So if Google can't find a permanent lighting contractor, permanent lighting installation service near me on Google, it will utilize Facebook posts. And this customer in particular in my service area, that's how they found me. So Google indexes your Facebook posts with keywords. So they click that, it goes to my Facebook page, they're like, wow, look at all this work. Okay, and it, you know, it's gonna show up the post that they searched for and clicked off of, and then they can see my permanent lighting installation work in video format or picture format. How you can utilize this free form of marketing, all it is your time at making posts. Now, you can also utilize different softwares. I think there's like, certain softwares give you so many posts free a month, and some are like, you know, 50 bucks a month if you want to use a software to do this. I would recommend just making it a point every day, starting out for free, and just, you know, doing the post yourself. You can also utilize Meta's business suite or whatever and schedule posts. I recommend you post once per day if you have that amount of work. If not, bare minimum 1 to 2 times a week about your work in your Facebook page, your business page. Funny enough, they found me, this particular potential customer found me from a post from 2022. That's the post that Google indexed for them to find, if you understand what that means. And then of course they have all that work to look back on through the years that I've done installing lights. So I'm getting ready to send the quote. I haven't gone in person. This is where I want your guys' input. Before I send the number, would you, on the $12,000 job, would you dress up and go in person to the job? I'm leaning towards probably, because, you know, that's over 5 figures on one single job, and I can get it done within a day. I'm gonna rent a lift. I'm gonna charge them for that. So I want your guys' input. Would you, a potential $12,000 job, it'll probably be $13,000 by the time you count the lift and everything. We'll just call it $12,000 job. Would you go in person on a $12,000 one-time job? I'm leaning towards yes, just because I feel like it would be more professional. I can explain things in person, but also there's the drive time, there's the gas costs. Or here's the alternative. Or would you tell them the price, minimum price it'll be, i.e. $12,000, so you don't waste your time driving out to and wasting gas potentially? Now, this house is huge, you know, no doubt they have money. I'm thinking maybe I tell them the price and then lead into, I would also like to come out and look things over just to be sure, because this is a rough estimate, you know, based upon this picture you've given me of the home and where you want the lights. So not only I feel like that would protect me, but also if I tell them $12,000, they could go, no, sorry, that's out of our budget this year. That would save me the trip of going, wasting the time, and then firing off 12 grand, and then in person going, ooh, that's over our budget this year for permanent lighting, or what we were thinking. You know, what would you guys do? That's where I'm at. Oh, and I want to tell you, I have put together 200 copy-paste Facebook posts, and you can customize them with your own information and phone numbers and stuff like that. I've put together 200 of those so you can get jobs like this and job opportunities. Web presence, especially the free avenues, is very important in today's time. Could you just rely on people sharing your name person to person? Yes, I got quite a few jobs like that between family members this year. If you want those templates, click the link down below and that'll take you to where you can get them. As far as going out and quoting this job, let me know. This video is not going to be very long. I just don't want to waste my time and gas. But then again, I feel like it's over 10 grand. You know, if I land it, if I play my cards right, land it, go in person, dress nice, shake hands, you know, learn the baby's names, you know what I mean? Then I have a higher chance of selling this job. You see what I'm saying? Rather than just sending them the price, them just messaging me as an image online. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure, but this would be a big job. This would definitely up my revenue for this year. Just a single job, 12 grand. I mean, shoot. Yesterday I did a $4,500 temporary lighting job. And this one's got the potential to be way more than double that job. And I did that job solo. I won't be doing this job solo. I'll be paying for help on this one. Because we'll have to have a lift, we have to haul the lift. I have to haul the lift on the trailer. There's gonna be a lot more expenses with this job rather than temporary lighting, because with permanent lighting, you have to make sure everything's perfect. Because you're not taking these back down, you're drilling them into the front fascia of the home. You're attaching it to the flashing, or on the soffits, depending on what the customer prefers. They can either do, you know, shine outward at you like regular Christmas lights, or you can put them underneath and they'll shine down on the home like the cheap Govee everybody's going with. So that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm leaning toward just mentioning the price on Facebook Messenger, being like, well, I've crunched some rough numbers and we would be at least $12,067, whatever it comes out to be, $12,067 or something like that in some odd cents. We would have to be here. We will have to rent a lift for this job. And I would tell them, you know, that would add on X amount, whatever a lift costs per day, that would add on, let's say it's $500. That would add on $500. And I would put that on the line item, you know. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm not sure on this one. I feel like I should go in person. It is an hour drive. It's a little over an hour drive and an hour drive back. So that's 2 hours. It is, you know, I'll service the whole state of Kentucky for permanent lighting as far as that goes. But I feel like they got the money more than likely. But then again, I'm like, well, what if I drive there? I shoot that $12,000 price at them before telling them what the rough estimate was. And then they go, whoa, that's way higher than we was thinking. The bare minimum price that I can do, and still, it's like times, you would take materials times 2, basically, would be 10 grand. That would be the bare minimum, because, you know, again, the rental's got to come out of there. If I don't charge them for the rental, my labor, my helps labor has to come out of that. The total material cost for this job would be 5 grand, right around there. I think it's like 4,900. I would much prefer to be at 12,000, as you can see. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think. And for this, I do require a 50% deposit. That's probably pretty important to know as well if you haven't clicked off the video. I do require a 50% deposit. So that's a 6 grand deposit that they have to give me. And they haven't, and I feel like, you know, if I hadn't met somebody when we had 10 grand worth of plumbing work done, I wouldn't have paid it. I feel like, you know, maybe I charge to go there and just put that into the estimate. So instead of 12,000, I can throw in there an extra $50 and they won't know the difference, that $50 is my gas for driving there and back home during the estimate. But I feel like maybe I should tell them the rough estimate, and then tell them, like, I would like to still come out and look at it just to be sure that we have all of our ducks in a row for our for sure estimate number, and that's in your budget, something like that. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna edit this up real quick, throw it up, and I want your guys' opinion. Let me know. Catch you in the next one. Let me know what you think about this new camera angle. I kind of like it. It's out of the way. It's not illegal, because if you have anything in your view of the windshield, it's illegal. But I have this attachment that brings it over here on this piece of trim here of the truck. So I'm able to have it here. I think that's pretty neat. And I'm able to, drive, talk, kind of be sort of facing you. Let me know what you think. All right. Appreciate all the input on this one, because, I don't want to lose it. I'll ramble on a little bit longer. Heck with it. I don't want to lose the job because I don't go in person. I don't just want to be like, hey, it's going to be 13 grand. And then just send them the estimate, which I've done that before. But it was $5,400 even before tax, and they accepted it, and they were 3 hours away. So, I did talk to him on the phone. Maybe I call them. Maybe I call them and talk to them on the phone and kind of let them know that maybe that's how I let them know the rough estimate, is maybe I call them and say, hey, just to let you know, we're at $12,067. If that's, I have to look at the number. I would still like to come out in person and just look everything over, see where we're going to put the control box and everything. But I did want to make sure that's in your budget before we did do that. And then I can finalize the numbers and make sure that's the number. But just off the picture, that is our rough estimate, $12,067. See what I'm saying? So maybe I do that. Maybe I call them. And go there tomorrow. It's raining right now. It's raining all day today. Raining like crazy. So maybe I go there tomorrow after I call them tonight to let them know it's going to be 12 grand, just to make sure and pre-qualify them that it's in their budget. I don't know, man. I'm thinking on this one. I got the numbers. I've been talking to them back and forth. This could be a big one. All right, let me know.